Hey, Therese here from the Woodsy couple, and today we're talking about planning a trip to SMOKEMONT Campground. Fair warning, this is not a packing video. There are plenty of other videos out there. Like and subscribe to those. This is not it. Today we're going to be talking about planning a trip and what's all involved in that, what was the thought process behind why we chose SMOKEMONT and what we chose to do while we were there. So if that's what you're into and you're heading to SMOKEMONT, then stay tuned because this video is for you. So we started planning this trip a little bit later than I normally do. I usually like to start planning trips about 6 months to 1 year out. That's just to get the best sites. Sometimes they're all booked up. My aunt and uncle invited us up to their home in Franklin, North Carolina in June, so we decided to make the drive up there. Very happy to do so, but we started planning the trip in February. So we left St. Pete around 11 a.m. and we got to Franklin around 10 p.m. We went east of Atlanta and drove through Athens up to Franklin, and we stopped at this place for barbecue. It was actually really good barbecue, but I have no idea how those people hold a straight face while they answer the phone. Speaking of phones, there's no cell service in SMOKEMONT. It literally cuts off as soon as you get into the entrance. The only time that we had Wi-Fi was when we were at the summit of the SMOKEMONT Loop. That makes it even more important that you've got maps. You've got some kind of navigation system so you know where you're going. I bought my paper map from maps.com. It's a Kingfisher map. It's really big. It's not something that you necessarily want to continuously pull out of your backpack, so it's really good to study it. It shows the topography, the elevation, the mileage between trailheads. So it's really nice to just understand and know that when you're out there in the field. I also got this Garmin Insights watch. I got this from eBay for $195. This drops breadcrumbs, which is just phenomenal. It shows you a compass so you know what direction you're going in. It shows you the elevation. It shows you your heart rate. It shows you the weather. It shows you how many steps you've taken. And it's a really nice redundancy to have in addition to that paper map. And the paper map I got, as I said, from maps.com, it was $14.95. with tax and shipping. Now, I'm not going to go into a deep dive on the Garmin Insights watch. There are plenty of videos that you can go like and subscribe to those channels that go into those gear reviews. That's not what you're going to find here, as I was talking about. Right now, we're simply talking about planning SMOKEMONT Campground. So we reserved the site through recreation.gov. It's a user-friendly site. And we initially reserved C10, which was along the creek. But then I was watching some videos on YouTube and I discovered that Loop C may not have much shade. And so since there really isn't that much privacy at SMOKEMONT already, I thought, at least having some shade would provide a little bit of cover. So we decided to change our reservation to Loop D, and I'm glad we did because there was plenty of shade. We were next to an RV, but there are generator hours between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. so they can't run after 8 p.m. at night, and really you're out there hiking anyway, so the generator noise didn't really bother me. But there are 5 loops in SMOKEMONT: A, B, C, D, and F. F is just for RVs, tents aren't allowed there. Each site has a maximum of 6 people and you can stay up to 14 days. So you can fish in SMOKEMONT, you can bring your dog, it's pet friendly. If you do plan on fishing, you do need to have a Tennessee or North Carolina license. So in those 5 loops, there's about 2 toilet houses in each. There are plenty of toilets there, very easily accessed. They have about 2 toilets each on each side. There's a sink in the middle where you can wash your dishes. We didn't necessarily need to do that because we brought along our 13-gallon reservoir tank. We also brought our pop-up shower so that we could take showers after our hikes. So the sites are all $25 a night plus tax. Very convenient, very affordable for a family. I totally recommend it. So your firewood has to be USDA certified, and there's actually a general store that's on site. It's when you drive into the road, you can make a right, and that'll take you to the general store and some horse stables. or to the left, you would go to get to the SMOKEMONT campground. So at this general store, you can pick up ice, water, and firewood. Very convenient. You don't need to necessarily buy those things before you arrive. We did stop at Ingles, which is a grocery store. It's kind of a combination between Publix and a Whole Foods. It kind of reminds me of a Sprouts supermarket. It had everything that we needed. We packed up in the parking lot and then we headed back up to Smokemont. We did arrive before the 1 p.m. check-in time, but they were able to accommodate us without a problem. Checkout time is noon. We totally recommend that you drive into town. It's Cherokee Reservation. They've got tons of shops down there and diners. If you're interested in silver jewelry, turquoise, pottery, candles, woven textiles, knives, souvenir t-shirts, they've got it down there. Brian picked up a switchblade knife. He's super excited about that and can't stop playing with it. So lots of fun down there for singles, couples, families. They even have places where you can pan for gold or mine for gems. I wish we had time to do that. One of the things that we regret is not staying closer to the AT. You know, we could have done a section hike if we had stayed in Cosby on the Tennessee side, or if we had picked Big Creek over on the North Carolina side. Tons of waterfalls over there. It really would have been great. A little bit longer of a drive, and we had already done, 10 to 12 hours in the car, so we were just kind of over it at that point. So Smokemont seemed like the best bet. We also regret not driving over to Clingman's Dome. It's an observation tower where you can see Tennessee and North Carolina all in one shot, and there's a visitor center there. We also, if you're not into hiking and you have a little bit more time, we recommend you can rent horses for $100 and take it down on Toe String Trail, and that follows along Bradley River Trail, and that would have been really fun. So if you're not into hiking or you just simply want to ride horses, that option's there for you. We'll be planning a trip to Fort DeSoto Campground and also to Mayaco River State Park, so those videos are upcoming. But if you have an idea for a trip that you would love to see me do a video on, go ahead and drop that into the comments. Until next time, remember to keep it woodsy.
If you like keeping it woodsy, be sure to smash that like and subscribe.
You can stay up to 14 days. Who's eating?